Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that notification bell, subscribe, like, and feel free to comment down below. So today we are going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 6 of Final Space, and does it add to the plot? Not really. I'm gonna be honest with you, this episode seemed very fillerish to me. The only real thing that we learned from this episode is that my past prediction was kind of correct. When Gary's dad, John Goodspeed, went to go close Final Space, Mooncake was created from that incident. So in a sense, Mooncake kind of belongs to Gary and also at the same time is kind of Gary's dad, I think, which is kind of pretty cool. The entire episode, basically, they are trying to figure out how to unlock the dimensional key that they got from Ash's homeworld. They take it to all these different places, and I feel like it's just kind of a stall for time. They literally took it to 4 different people before they finally figured out a person that would actually be able to unlock it. It turned out it was Clarence's niece, which somehow is a lot older looking than he is, so I don't understand that. But Clarence doesn't like her or whatever. Not really super important to the storyline. But she lights it on fire. Kevin may or may not help. He does some sort of juggling, hot potato, funny bullshit. And basically it finally unlocks the key. And we learn that Ash has deeper mental problems than we thought, because when she's trying to use her powers to unlock the key, because she's the only one that really can, because she has the power to do it, she was like, "Quick, Gary, ask me about prom," because I guess her prom night was terrible, or the person that asked her didn't want to ask her. And Gary's like, "Oh God, that brings up some bad times for me too." And I thought that was pretty hilarious, because inevitably for most people, prom doesn't turn out exactly how you want it to, and there's usually some sort of disappointment in the process of it, which I thought was a good play there. They do end up going into this other dimension, and there's like these giant spider robot things that have captured Mooncake, and basically are trying to return him to Final Space in order to seal it off. But in the process, Gary's like, "No, I want to save him. He's my best friend," all this good stuff. And he's willing to sacrifice the entire universe for one little being. So that just shows you how important Mooncake really is to Gary. I don't know how the other characters felt about this. I assume they like Mooncake's company as well, but I'm not really sure. Mooncake somehow, in the process of kind of being Thanos snapped away and turning to ashes, Gary jumps up to try to save him, and then Gary starts kind of turning to ashes too. But somehow Mooncake gets his powers back. And ends up closing Final Space, but these arachnids arachnoids, I should say, basically say, "Hey, if he ever uses Final Space, uses his powers, we're going to take him back, and basically you're never going to see him again." So hopefully Mooncake will never have to use his powers in the future, or it is possible that Mooncake is some sort of key in order to release Bolo into the world. They actually explained that Bolo, basically there's this evil entity at the end of the universe that corrupted all of the Titans, but Bolo was the one that they didn't corrupt. So my theory that Bolo might actually be the main villain at the end of the season is kind of going out the window at this point. I don't think Bolo is going to be a villain. I think they are going to continue make him good, and at the end of the season they are most likely going to release him. Either that, or they are just going into Final Space to get Quinn back and just about to release him. That's most likely how this season is going to end. Is there going to be a 3rd season? Honestly, I do not know. TBS, I finally found out, is actually airing it like a week behind Adult Swim. They're airing it at an earlier time at 10:30 as opposed to 11:30 on Adult Swim. But TBS, literally, there is 0 advertisement for it. So I don't know if it's not doing well on TBS or what the issue is. There's plenty of advertisement right now for Adult Swim. As I've said in the past, my only issue with it is just the time that it's released, because it's really hard for me to try to get a video out the same day it's released. It's not going to happen. I always have to do it the day after or 2 days after, depending on when I have time to make the review. But I really hope there they're going to continue with the third season, but I don't really know. Tribor also in this episode, I thought we were finally going to get rid of him because in my opinion, I actually kind of like him less than Kevin. Kevin is purposefully annoying. She's kind of the Meg character or the Klaus character, if you're familiar with American Dad or Family Guy, or you could say Cartman too. He could be like a Cartman type character, if you're familiar with South Park, and he's purposely annoying, but he's kind of he's useful here and there, and he's going out to develop the resistance, and then they save Mooncake, and basically it was useless. He literally goes back into the same bar like 3, maybe 4 times, kills this one dude's brother-in-law, the bartender's brother-in-law, for no apparent reason, and then collects these people, and it seems like he's on this epic journey. And then he's like, yes, it is, with the lisp. And I thought we were just going to get rid of him for a while, and then maybe he would come back at the end of the series and actually be useful again. But no, he remains useless. I don't know if he's going to go back with Gary, Clarence, Ash, Fox, Nightfall, Quinn, Kevin, Hugh, Ava, Mooncake, the whole gang. I have no idea if he's going to go back with that crew or not, or continue to develop the resistance. Not really sure what's going to happen with that, but honestly, I just don't care about Tribor as a character. I hate to say it, but I really don't. I feel like he doesn't really add anything to the plot. He has pretty much had 0 character development, minus creating the resistance. So he was useful for about 1 episode in the first season, but this entire season, he's just kind of been there. Being pretty useless throughout the entire season. So that's kind of my take on this episode. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.